What if the reason you have not started is not because it is impossible, but because you have already decided how the story will end? Before anyone says no, you say no to yourself. Before anyone questions your ability, you question it. Before you take the first step, your mind has already imagined the rejection, the discomfort, the disappointment, and the possibility of failure. And because of what might happen, you never discover what could happen. This shows up in ordinary life. You want to start eating healthier, but you immediately think, I never stick to it, so you postpone it. You want to exercise, but instead of thinking about today's walk, you think about how hard it will be to stay consistent for months. You see a job you would love to apply for, but you read the requirements and think, someone else is probably more qualified than me. Then you close the application, but the employer did not reject you. You rejected yourself before they had the opportunity to respond. Sometimes we call this being realistic, but sometimes it is simply fear. Scripture reminds us in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Fear should not be the voice making our decisions. That does not mean we act recklessly or pretend challenges do not exist. It means we refuse to allow fear to automatically decide what we are capable of. You do not have to know exactly how everything will work before you begin. Sometimes, the next step is enough. Maybe your health journey starts with one better meal. Maybe exercise starts with a 10-minute walk. Maybe returning to school starts with researching one course. Maybe the career change starts with sending one application. Maybe the business starts with writing down the idea. Small beginnings matter. Zechariah 4:10 asks, "Who dares despise the day of small things?" We often dismiss small steps because they do not look impressive, but a small beginning is still a beginning. You may not be able to exercise 5 days a week yet, but you can move today. You may not be able to change your entire diet today, but your next meal can be different. You may not meet every requirement listed on the job advert, but you can still submit your CV and allow the employer to make that decision. Sometimes we are asking for confidence when what we really need is obedience to the next step. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Notice that there are steps. You move, you learn, you adjust, you continue. You do not have to see the entire road to take the next step. And sometimes, starting teaches you what thinking never could. You begin exercising and discover what type of movement works for you. You begin eating healthier and learn which meals you can realistically maintain. You apply for jobs and learn how to improve your CV or your interview skills. You start the course and discover that you are more capable than you thought. You begin, and the journey gives you information. Even failure can give you information. Maybe you tried before and stopped. That does not automatically mean you cannot do it. Maybe the method did not work. Maybe the goal was unrealistic. Maybe you needed more support. Maybe you simply need to try again differently. Proverbs 24:16 says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." The emphasis is not on never falling, it is on getting back up. A failed attempt does not have to become an identity. You can say, "That did not work," without saying, "I am incapable." You can say, "I was rejected," without deciding, "I will always be rejected." You can say, "I stopped before," without concluding, "I can never become consistent." Sometimes the greatest loss is not failure. It is never finding out what could have happened, because fear convinced you not to try. There is something powerful about getting yourself to the starting line, not because you know you will win, not because you suddenly feel fearless, but because you have decided that fear will not make the decision for you. Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Courage is not always a dramatic feeling. Sometimes courage sounds like, "I don't know whether they will choose me, but I will apply. I have struggled with consistency before, but I will exercise today. My eating has not been good, but I can make a healthier choice today. I don't know exactly how this will work, but I can take the next step. That may be enough for today." You do not need strength for the entire journey, all at once. You need grace for the step in front of you. So maybe the question is not, "Can I guarantee that this will work?" Maybe the better question is, "Have I given myself the opportunity to find out?" Apply for the job, take the walk, choose the healthier meal, send the email, open the book, start saving, make the call, take the first step, and then trust God with what comes next, because sometimes the change you have been praying for begins when you stop waiting to feel completely ready and simply decide, "I am going to start." So today, make a decision. Stop rejecting yourself before life even gets the chance to answer you. Take the step, send the application, start the walk, make the change. You do not need to know exactly how it will end. You just need enough courage to begin. And maybe the question you need to leave with is this: what if the thing you keep saying you cannot do is simply waiting for you to start?